Hello and welcome to Bikini Design Club. Today we will be learning how to sew this beautiful swimsuit called 𝗏𝗏. We're gonna start by assembling our pattern. Today I still haven't assembled my pattern, so it's still in A4 sheets, as you can see here. I'm gonna cut it and assemble it in a bit, and then we will have this beautiful papaya fabric for the self fabric, which I love, but it's a little bit intense, so I'm gonna match with black. So my linen fabric is black, and of course materials, we are gonna need our cutter, our scissor, threads, nylon threads, loop turner, pins, the usual. So let's start by assembling our pattern. If you have any questions or doubts regarding this procedure, please see our other videos where we explain how to assemble Bikini Design Club patterns. If you still don't have it, you can download it from our website, bikinidesignclub.com. So let's start cutting our fabrics. Use the fold line mentioned in the pattern and cut your self fabric and your linen using the fold line. Please don't forget to also cut your straps. I always cut them longer than mentioned in the pattern because I like to use them multi-way and I need them longer. So now we have our pieces. Two straps. I cut them a bit longer, but it's as you prefer. My self fabric for the front, my linen for the front, and then on the back I decided to do both pieces in black. So let's start assembling our pattern. Let's start by putting right sides together. So in this case like this. And now you can measure your sides here. It's 7.3, and then I go here and I put more or less the same measure and I put a dot, and the same here. Why? Because we are going to pin here, here, and we are going to sew here, and we are going to pin and get everything ready, but we are not going to sew in this area. This is where your back will fit, so here we do not sew. So let's pin all around the areas we want to sew. So our pieces are already pinned, so we sew the cleavage area under the arms on the sides until the point that we've marked, the height of this part from the back, and then here. On the back we will do the top and the sides. So let's start. So I'm using my straight stitch machine to do the V shape in front, so it will look perfect. But then I go to my overlock and I place the elastic on the self fabric as always, leaving a little bit in the beginning without elastic and a little bit in the end without elastic also. I do some small cuts in the elastic to make sure that it stays flat on the curved areas. Now that my back is already ready, never mind this white, because this is the baby powder from the elastic, it will come off. So I have my back ready, I have my front ready. I'm gonna do the straps, but just a detail. In this area, since I want the V shape to be very perfect once the swimsuit is turned to the right side, I will reinforce these stitches here with my straight stitch machine, and I will also make sure that with my straight stitch machine all my threads in this area are secure, because later I'm going to trim here, I'm going to cut, and since I'm going to cut, I want to make sure that these threads will not unfold later on. So straps and reinforce the V area. Use the loop turner to put your straps on the right side. And trim the excess fabric where you've done the straight stitch. Now let's use the side openings to insert our straps. Secure them because we are gonna sew them. Then use your pattern to see where we are gonna fit the small strap with a ring. So mark where the pattern, or adjust to your own preference. Mark on this fabric where you are gonna do the hole. I always do a straight stitch near the two sides of the hole to secure the threads, as I always explain on my videos. Then fold your small strap that I've cut it from my long straps. Place the ring, and I hand stitch the end of the strap to make sure it stays exactly where I want it to be. Well, we've marked the areas where we will put our strap rings, but instead of cutting directly, I'm gonna go to the straight stitch machine. I'm gonna reinforce both sides of the hole to make sure that the threads are secure, and then I'm gonna cut so we can insert these two like this and also sew. So we have the bottom straps ready, and we are gonna get this area ready, insert these and sew. Now let's cut the hole on the sides and let's insert the small strap with the ring through the inside of the side holes and sew. So before I insert the strap on the rest of our project, I'm gonna hand stitch so I'm sure it's right where I want it to be. I prefer to do this. I know it's optional, but well, this is my method, and now it's safe. And now, yes, I'm gonna do this slowly for one side, and then you already know to do to the other one. And then I'm gonna attach it to my loop turner, secure and pull until I have it here. This doesn't have an exact measure, so you can do the size that you want. I like it to be small, the loops, so I only leave 0.5 centimeter more or less inside. So I will leave this like this and cut. So one of them is ready, and now let's do the same for the other one. When this is done, let's sew the top straps and the side straps. So our top straps are secure, our side straps are secure. Let's trim, take all the excess that we can, so this looks nicer. On the other side, so now we are ready to insert our back piece inside our front piece, but we will want to make sure that our self fabrics are right sides facing together. So this piece must be folded to the correct side. So let's do that first. Okay. Now I want to make sure which side it's my outside, and it's this one. How do I know? Because the elastic, I always place the elastic on my self fabric, so I know that my self fabric is this one, so I want it to be facing my self fabric also. And we will, before putting this piece inside the other, I'm gonna hand stitch the seams so they lay flat here and here. So it's easier for me once I'm sewing 4 layers of fabric. Once this is inside this, we will be sewing 4 layers of fabric. I'm sure that if they are secure, they will stay flat and on the right place. So let's hand stitch all the seams in our back piece. So now we are ready to insert this back piece inside our front piece. So let's put our straps inside and let's align the crotch area and both sides. I again hand stitch them in place before going to my sewing machine and sewing the 4 layers. So it's optional as always to secure them like I did and to do the hand stitch, but it's my way of making sure it stays exactly where I want. Remember that on the side of the front we sewed around here until the dot. So as you can see, this is more or less the spot where we must stop, because it's this is enough for us to insert our back piece here. So now once we are securing these 4 layers of fabric, the front to the back here, we'll also make sure to finish this small part here that was not sewed. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat the process for the other side. I have pins, I hand stitched, and we will then stitch here on our sewing machine. You can use the straight stitch machine or you can use your overlock. So we will then sew here, here, and on the other side. So as you can see, besides the straight stitch, I also do a zigzag because of course the straight stitch is not elastic. So I also do a zigzag stitch, and now I'm going to trim all areas that I can to make sure it will stay perfect once it's on the correct side. And we are almost done. Now we just need to open a small hole in this area, in the crotch area. We open a very small hole and we will reverse the swimsuit to the right side. As always, I like to reinforce with the straight stitch on both sides of my hole to make sure that the threads will not unfold once this is being used. So let's just reinforce with the straight stitch, cut and reverse it. I will show you the final results with different ways of tying the straps, so you can see the look is very different. And as this swimsuit is reversible, I can use it with the papaya to the outside or with the black. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep with all the new video tutorials. See you!